Hey, you guys. It is Queen Mother here. I'm so excited to have you all on Queen's Roots. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for watching and, returning back today. If you have a second, I want you to go ahead and like this video or hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, let them know because, I think I want to do my best to help all of you all out, during this process. So if you find this is very helpful, share it with a friend. Share the wealth, right? So I can't wait to get back in front of a camera, you guys. So right now, I thank you all for being so patient with me doing it this way. My schedule is just not always permitting for me to get in front of a camera right now, but I will definitely try to get a video or two up soon for you all. I have some good things that I am interested in talking about. All right, so for today's topic, you guys, I want to talk about signs. Do you get signs? Have you seen signs? Like, what do you think about signs and how does it affect you in your spiritual journey? So I saw something the other day and it kind of made me giggle a little bit. It was like sometimes it's a sign, and sometimes the sign is that you're stupid. And I just freaking loved it because, as a person who sometimes gets so wrapped up into signs, this was perfectly described. Like, sometimes we take ourselves a little bit too seriously. And I wanted to talk to you guys about that, all right? All right, so what are signs? If you are not familiar with signs and how they show up and what the hell is Queen Mother talking about, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So signs are a form of communication from the spirit world. The signs show up in the form of intuitive nudges, music, books, messages, people, songs, all kind of things. You have to be paying attention. This is why we stress mindfulness and presentness in your journey because they do show up. So why would you be getting a sign? Your spirit team needs a way to change directions, or they need a way to get your attention for something important, or to tell you that you may need to take a different route. And most people have trained themselves out of being able to connect with the spiritual world by believing it's not real. And so the spirits have to work extra hard to find a way to get your attention in the best way that you will accept the message. So that's where those signs come in. Now, I think I've mentioned signs before, like repeating numbers or messages that come up or hints or nudges in other videos, but we're going to highlight specifically what happens when you're overlooking for these signs. So where do you guys go wrong? So here's the deal. A lot of spiritual people have gotten so caught up with getting signs as a validation on how to live their lives. There are two major components at play here, and this is why I don't think we should take signs so seriously. The first one is the law of attraction. Likes attract likes. So therefore, what you think and what you are feeling, you will attract it. So if you're thinking of buying a car, or you're aligning your vibration to attracting a car, you're going to start noticing that everything out there about cars is going to start coming to you. You're going to start seeing the specific car that you like. You're going to start seeing deals and paying attention to different things that are car related because you're looking for it. Because you're looking for it, and therefore the universe is bringing it to you, right? So because you are looking for it, brings us to my second component. You guys, it's an algorithm talking, not the spirits. Let me say that again for you. It's the algorithm, not the spirits. Okay? We have all been there. You like one picture on Instagram, and now every social media account from Pinterest, Facebook, Snapchat, like YouTube, they're running ads and they're promoting all the content that they've gathered from you Googling something or seeing something online. They're showing it to you. The entire internet is out to sell you merchandise. So your phones are listening to you. You've become the target of hundreds of companies. So you can't use that as a sign to validate the means you should go and get that car. Let me tell you guys about what happened to me the other day. I was on the phone with my kid's father and we were talking and I had him on the car Bluetooth and I was mentioning, I think we were like briefly talking about working out. And he looks at, he says to me, yo, why is Spotify recommending a workout playlist to me? And I was like, what? Really? That's so crazy. And so then I looked down at my phone, like a couple of seconds later, because I was driving. So a couple of seconds later, I looked down at my phone and I'm like, oh, Spotify did the same thing to me too. Like I have a workout playlist. Now Spotify does not recommend workout playlists ever to me, even though I have a workout playlist. So I was like, yo, the phone is definitely listening to us. So we were like, let's test it out. We started talking about cheese, just like randomly talking about cheese, just randomly, just spilling cheese, just saying cheese, just randomly, all kinds of cheese. You guys, I got home that night and no lie, I was being recommended cheese. On Instagram, I started seeing like pages that had like cheese pages. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. You cannot take signs so serious because there are so many factors that are at play that is intervening or interfering with your ability to take it as a direct sign to do something. What I find the most interesting is for people who use signs to validate the reason for why they're in certain things. So, for instance, if you're using a sign that is being sent to you as a warning to leave a situation, or let's say a guy keeps breaking up with you and you're like, oh, but he keeps coming back to me, it's a sign that we're meant to be together. No, sis. I need for you to realize that that's not a sign. He's using you and you're too weak to leave. And that is the reason, that's the lesson to pay attention to in the signs and leave. But instead of taking it as, no, he left the first time or I left him, you're using that as a sign. You're saying that as a sign to validate you staying in being abused or emotionally mistreated. No, let it go. So another thing I find is you're forcing the signs. And don't worry, I've been guilty of this too, but don't ask for a sign to validate a choice by common objects you'll see. For instance, ask for a butterfly in the dead of winter, not in the springtime as a sign. Don't ask to see a repeating number you always see. So if you already know that you're going to see the number 3 when you drive out your house, don't start being like, oh, let me see number 3, to mean that I can do this. Because you want to get out there and you're already setting yourself up. You already know where you're going to see these numbers at. That's going to come into contact with you on a day-to-day basis. Ask for something that you know you're not going to see. And so that way, when you do see it as your sign, oh yeah, that is definitely my sign. Okay, so another thing that I want to give you, one last tip I want to give you, are angel numbers or repeating numbers are a common trend. And I'm going to leave you a link for a site where you can validate your angel numbers or repeating numbers in the comments. So that way you'll be able to find it because it's very helpful in understanding why you're getting repeating numbers. Here's the thing that happens with repeating numbers. People feel like if I see 888, that means I'm going to get a job or I'm going to get some money. If I see 222, that means this, or that doesn't always necessarily mean it. When you're seeing repeating numbers, or angel numbers or numbers that are in alignment, is usually to let you check your vibrational status so you can see where you are. Sometimes you may be in the right place at the right time, or you may be in the right path, and those numbers are there to confirm, yes, if I see 888, then yes, I am in an abundance mindset. I am in a wealth building mindset. Or, yeah, I was just thinking about money and it's going to come to me. And that's a confirmation from your angels saying, yeah, I have something for you. I do want to send you something. When you feel like really tremendous energy, like leading up to like something very exciting that's coming, but you don't know what it is, and you're starting to see these numbers and you're going through phrases, 111, 222, 333, 444, 555. All of those numbers are not indicative to you saying, like, I'm supposed to get something when I see this number or something is coming. Sometimes it's just a reminder for you to be back in those places. The clock is always going to be 222 at 2 times out of the day. You know, the thing is, what are the other numbers saying? If you're seeing numbers like 115 every day, or 113, or 214, or you're seeing 824 every single day, look those numbers up and see what those numbers actually mean. Because sometimes there may be some spiritual work, or your thoughts were in a place where they should not have been, and you're being encouraged by your spiritual team to kind of make some adjustments and stay on that path that is high vibrational or in alignment of what it is that you want. So be mindful of those repeating numbers. Don't always get so caught up on angel numbers and think like it's a message of growth, or like you need to do something. It's typically a message of growth and understanding versus leading you to like the next lottery jackpot. Okay, just look up the numbers, see what thoughts were I thinking when I saw this number, how was I feeling, what was I doing, what was I saying, and if the message relates to that, then take it. All right, guys. So the spirits communicate with us quite often. If you guys will give yourself some time throughout the day to meditate and listen, you'll be able to get that. You'll be able to pick up on the messages a lot sooner, and they won't have to use little signs like feathers or music and stuff. They'll be able to talk with you directly, but you have to give them the time and space to do it. Let me just say, the spirits have other things to do than to sit here and hold your hand through life. Sometimes the sign is quietness or no sign at all, because you may need to make the choice, because it could be a test that you can pass. Like, there are times where you may get a lot of activity, a lot of feedback from your spiritual team. You may see them a lot showing up and doing things. They need to take a break as well, but they also need to say, hey, if I've done half this work for you, I need to see what you're willing to do now. Like, what choices are you going to make? Are you going to make it better for us? Are you going to make it worse for us? Whatever it is, don't get upset when you're not getting any signs, because that is your sign to lead your life, and they'll follow behind you. Although they are watching, they understand you are meant to live in this life with their guidance, not their control. And so they are not on your personal journey as you're living your personal journey. They're here to help you with your journey. All right, you guys. So that is all that I have for you today. I can't wait to see you next week in my next video. I think I will be on video then for you. But that is it for y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.